Welcome to a special news report from your news anchor orc Vrograg Fishslayer. This report will be split into two easy-to-define sections, news, then editorial. At the top, I'll give you the facts that you need to know about today's news story, then I'm moving into my thoughts and opinions afterwards, so let's get to it. I'm the orc, and here's the news. On September 29th, Blizzard Entertainment filed a lawsuit in the Central District Court of California against TurtleWow on alleged copyright infringements. As of the writing of this story, no one on or off the team has been served any papers or summons. This does seem to be just a filing. All the charges are on civil grounds, not criminal, which means no one is going to see jail, but if TurtleWow is found guilty, they would be liable to pay damages for copyright infringement. TurtleWow stated in response to the filing that, quote, "TurtleWow is here to stay. Challenges come to us often, and each time we are prepared to face them. We remain fully committed to delivering the TurtleWow experience that you've come to love over the years." Blizzard Legal has not responded to my emails for comment, though it is a US holiday weekend. If I hear back, I will be sure to update. The lawsuit has created some concern in the community, but little has changed. Copyright lawsuits are notoriously slow in execution, so this will likely be an ongoing story to keep an eye on. Many rumors and speculation have come out from word spreading about the lawsuit, but operation of services from TurtleWow have continued largely unchanged. Alright, so those are the facts. Yes, if I'm being as neutral as I can be, that is all that can really be said right now. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a news orc, so I'll leave the King's Justice in Stormwind or the Makara pits in Orgrimmar. As a community advocate, I have a lot more to say. So with that, let's switch over to editorial mode where I can speak my mind. The last day and a half have been an emotional roller coaster, which has been the same for much of the community. Fear, anger, sadness, and hope have all mingled together, capturing the many attitudes reflected in the many TurtleWow communities I watch after and embrace. All I could do on the 30th was read, write notes, and consider how I wanted to respond. I have endeavored over the years to be a voice for the community, one that speaks truth to the powers around us in game and out. I started this news program, in part, to keep an eye on the team for any shady dealings. Private server history is pockmarked with blemishes, and I wanted to make sure the Turtle team was on the up and up. I have been recording as much as I can about their activities since 2023, and the worst I could find were isolated incidents of ignorance, poor communication, and being unprofessional. Everything else I've observed has been die-hard fans of a game creating their dream, a dream Blizzard never realized. From the GMs to the composers, the live radio, the developers and managers, the team has largely been nothing but passionate and commendable. So, with the news of the lawsuit, I found myself upset. Why would Blizzard do this? But then, like many of you, I knew exactly why. Greed. How many of us have stopped playing official servers because of Blizzard's greed? We left because Blizzard allowed botting and RMT, because customer service and GMs had all but vanished, because the passion and the direction of the official game was gone. But Blizzard's greed just laughed and just kept counting our money. Everyone has their own story on why they left, why they stopped believing in Blizzard, but we all love the game. We've made lifelong friends playing WoW, forged indelible memories, and whether for a few months or years at a time, the game pulls on all of our heartstrings. We don't want to leave Azeroth, but year after year, Blizzard keeps pulling up with minimal effort slop, bold-faced cash grabs, and content that challenges us all to consider, is playing on official servers worth it? This is why private servers have existed, not just TurtleWow. What would the game be like if other people were in charge? It wasn't just a question of fantasy, it was real, and spans much of official WoW's existence. Those fed up with Blizzard for whatever reason could go elsewhere and try something different. Of course, Blizzard has a robust history of going after private servers on the grounds of copyright infringement. Rather than taking a moment to reflect upon why their players were leaving for private servers, considering licensing options, buyouts, or partnerships, Blizzard made it clear it was their way or no way at all. One of the most successful private servers to date, Nostalrius, had administrators and developers that extended the olive branch to Blizzard in order to cement classic WoW. Further efforts in being open, some Nostalrius staff were harassed in real life as thanks. Blizzard continues their legacy of being openly hostile towards private server folk by releasing that lawsuit on the 29th. In the listing of the defendants, they gave full legal names and locations for people that I can truly say have nothing to do with Turtle WoW's development. When a content creator publishes that kind of thing, it's called doxing. But I guess when a mega corporation has a bruised ego, it's fine. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but doing that was reckless at best, if not downright harassment. These are real people with loved ones and family members, and they're a part of our community, now in fear over something they largely aren't responsible for. As a community advocate, I condemn Blizzard's reckless actions, and I'll admit it, I'm angry. Remember, this is all over copyright infringement. It is hard to believe that their PR department didn't stop them to consider how bad this will make them look. Though considering the not too distant past with other scandals at Blizzard, maybe this is just how things are over there. The lawsuit itself, while certainly has merits, it lacks the reflection truly desired by WoW players on Blizzard's behalf. Yes, Turtle WoW was successful. Yes, they did all of that on a shoestring budget. Yes, it is embarrassing that Blizzard could simply not do or offer the same thing considering their resources. And their only recourse is to hide their tantrum behind a wall of legal threats and intimidation tactics. Even the skeptics who scream, they have a right to defend their intellectual property, have they honestly looked at what Blizzard has done to itself? Blizzard is its own worst enemy and lashes out whenever clear evidence of that gets popular. While in general I'm a pretty easygoing orc, I encourage players to consider if they want to align themselves with Blizzard in the future. I have never been openly against retail WoW or the various permutations of Classic that Blizzard has released. In fact, I have nothing against the Blizzard developers, artists, and the like. It is clear to see how many of them are inspired and make great work, only for Blizzard to step in, hamstring their creations, or lay them off when stock prices are low. What I take umbrage with is the corporation and its litigious actions. The avarice of Blizzard corporate knows no bounds. By attacking communities that have made the bold choice of embracing another game, they seem neither worthy of your time nor qualified to be little more than a holding company for a slowly dying game. Though copyright law tells us that intellectual property belongs to its creators, World of Warcraft isn't just a game. It is designed with player interaction and choice at its core. Everything I've said and done in the game is mine. Every stupid transmog set I've made, it's mine. Every dungeon, raid, battleground, quest I've completed, that's me. It is a game designed with creativity and community at its center. And while Blizzard sits and cries foul that players are having fun without their consent, private server players the world over could care less. Blizzard holds the copyright, but players will always be the soul of the game.